So I was 18 and in love with a bad girl. She didn't even know I existed. I'd like follow her around and be like, hey, wanna hang out? And she'd be like, I don't even know who you are. One day I'm like chilling out with my roommate at this place I just moved into. All of a sudden I get a knock at the door. I go and open up the door, and bam, there she is, like with her buddy. And she's like, we were seeing if you had anything to drink. And I'm like, fuck yeah, come on in. So they come in and like we're drinking. It's totally awesome. And they're like chain smoking. They run out of cigarettes and they're like, we need more cigarettes. And my roommate and I are like, oh, we'll go get you cigarettes. So we jump in this car and we're like heading out. And I'm like, man, this is a nice car. This thing moves pretty fast. And he's all like, I can, like, there's a few things that can beat me, but around corners, nothing. And I'm like, ah, that's cool. I'm not really much of a car guy, but it sounds great. And like, we go pick up the smokes and then we pull into a parking lot for some reason. And he starts doing all these like donut turns around like light poles and stuff. And I'm thinking like, we're gonna get in trouble here. And when he's just like, all of a sudden just like takes off flying down the street. We're going like 100 in like a residential area. Like clear up ahead, I see these like lights. And I'm like, you should slow down, man, it's gonna be a cop. He kind of slows down. Sure enough, it's a cop. He turns on his lights. Like Terry kind of goes to pull over, but he's not slowing down. And then all of a sudden he just like pulls back onto the road. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's all, I had a dream about this the other day. And I'm like, oh shit, man. And he just punches it. And we're like flying. And the cop's like chasing after us. And like, we're like going like down and like, I see like other cop lights like coming. And I'm like, oh man, dude, like, I'm trying to just like list all the things that are gonna happen. Like, they're probably gonna beat the crap out of us. And like, he's like, takes us out to this like country road. And we're like going up this big hill. And I look in the background and I can see all these like cop lights like coming up the hill behind us. I don't even know how many there are. Tons. All these like blue lights. I'm just like, oh geez, man. We like go flying through this like construction zone. Gravel's flying everywhere. And like the lights and the cops coming up and I'm like totally like freaked out that we're like just gonna get the crap beat out of us if we don't die from getting in a wreck. And he's like taking all these turns. And we get to a spot where it's just like, he's like, if I get down here, we're home free. And I'm like, all right. So like, he's heading down. And as we come around the corner, we look, and there's the silhouette of a cop car sitting right there waiting for us. And like, he's like heading like straight forward, and it turns on its lights, and like the blue's going. And he just kind of swerves just a little bit, like you've dodged somebody in the hall. And we like kind of go up and around it. And then it goes to turn, and like, as it's like turning to follow us, another cop car comes flying around like behind us. And so it like slams on its brakes, and rocks fly everywhere. And I'm just like looking, you can see like the white of the headlights and the blue of the top lights, the red of the tail lights, and rocks like everywhere. I don't know if they hit each other or not, because we're just like gone. We like go like pull it behind somebody's house, and just like park and hide the car. And then like sneak through like bushes and stuff while we see cops going. We finally like get back to the house, and I'm like, hey, the front lights are on. I don't remember leaving them on. And he's all like, the girls. And I'm like, oh my god, the girls, like, we've been gone for like days. Like, getting chased by cops and going through mud and rivers and stuff like that. So we open up the door and they're like, where the fuck have you been? And I'm like covered in head to toe in like mud and dirt and stuff like that. Like, I'm like sweating it up, just like, Terry's like, not a word, man, not a word. Like, we could hear like in the background, like, woo, woo. So like, at least give us some cigarettes. And I'm like, and I checked, holy cow, I totally had them. I gave them their smokes and they split. Never talked to her again. She was pretty pissed at me. Made for a better story though.